Hi, this is Kevin from the RCS Office of E-Learning, bringing you your next Canvas Focus video. In this month, we're going to focus on creating welcoming and useful course home pages. Up to this point, we've done things like use course calendar, use course announcements, adjusted notification settings. So those are all some building blocks. Now we're going to actually build your online course. So in order to do that, we're going to start by creating a sandbox course. We're going to learn a little bit more about how we can use the rich content editor to bring those courses to life. Use the Canvas Commons to find buttons, images, and even course templates. We'll also introduce you to some third-party programs that will actually create images that you can use as headers, buttons, or inspirational icons. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and create a sandbox course. Now the reason it's called a sandbox course is because it's designed as a no risk, no harm playground for you to actually go in and try building and using some of these tools. So from your global navigation, you'll click Courses, All Courses, and then over here on the right hand side you can see Add Course. And when you do that, you can just call it My Sandbox Course, Kevin's Sandbox Course, whatever you'd like. Keep it copyrighted and leave the publicly visible turned off. Once you create your course, you can actually go in and do some experimentation. Now, the nice thing is it doesn't keep your content hostage. Once you find something that you like, you can very easily import it into your actual PowerSchool courses. But that will be something that there'll be more training forthcoming on. So here's a course that I created. I'm going to show you a couple different examples. My history course here. Now I've got a couple different versions of this course just as examples. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to go to what's called a page. That's really what Canvas is made up of, is a collection of pages. And then you, as the course facilitator, you design the navigation of how students will go from one page to another. So really what pages are just blank canvases that you would actually put content on. So here's one that I've created that's called Boring Homepage. But even a boring homepage is better than no homepage, so we've got to start somewhere. So this would be an example of what I would call kind of a very rudimentary, basic welcoming page for a student. This is my American history class. I've put text links to different resources that we're going to use as part of a unit. When they click on the links, it takes them to external sources. And again, there's some efficiencies built in there that are still very valuable. Here's a little information about your teacher. And then I have some other apps that we use, whether it's Kahoot for bell ringers or for exit slips, National Geographic for some additional sources, and I've even taken a link to discussions that our students can participate in. Again, this is a very text-based homepage. When I hit edit, that will bring up that same page in the rich content editor. Now the rich content editor will allow you to do some basic formatting. Maybe I want the American history class, the title of the course, to actually be larger. I can make it 24-point font. Maybe I want the information about me to be bold and italicized. So there's some very basic formatting that you can do, and that does add to the look of the page. The way you create pages is you put the text in, you highlight it, you click the link up top, and whatever website you want to take the user to, you can easily just put that link in there. So again, the benefit to that, not just telling students what pages to go to, you can actually embed through URLs, you can actually embed the links. Now here are some ways that I've taken this exact same page, and we need to go ahead and, if you want to publish it, you have to hit save and publish. I'm just going to save it. I can take that exact same information and I can put it on a page that's much more engaging. So here's the same information, nice header. These are links to those same resources, but I have nice icons that I've created. And then there's some buttons down here that will actually take them to the Kahoot, take them to class discussions, take them to National Geographic. So really, with a very basic understanding of how to create some of these images, you can make your course homepage much more visually appealing, much more interactive, and much more intuitive for the users. So how do we get these third-party icons? Well, there's a couple of tools that I use. One is called canva.com. You can see the website up in the address there. Canva.com, not to be confused with Canvas, but that allows you to create based on templates. You can create headers, you can create icons, and these are some of the clickable links that I've created using my Canva account. After you create these accounts, you can download them, and then you upload them into your course. They'll be more specific on some of our weekly updates. There'll be more specific steps on actually how to do this. Another image creation website I like is called PicMonkey. It's free. You can do a paid account if you want, but that'll allow you to do some very basic designs as well, but it allows you to bring in things like chalkboard backgrounds or lined paper or your own custom images. But those are two tools that I use to create these. The first time you do these, it takes a little bit of time, but as with anything, the more we do it, the quicker we get. Now these buttons down here, I did not create, but there is a user out there in the Canvas community that's made these available. And how you find those is if you go to the Commons on the left-hand side there in your global navigation, when you go out there, you can search for buttons that people have made available. Now those buttons are actually going to be stored in pages, but if I just go out here and I type buttons as my search term, what I should find is there's individual buttons that people have, and those are actually images, so those would be easy enough. For our elementary, some nice actual buttons, which is kind of unique. You've got more of kind of a home page layout with these buttons, a calendar icon. So there's lots of things that people have created and have actually put out there. This particular user right here, Kyle Beimfor from Zionsville, oops, he must be updating his. Well, I've imported his buttons, and that's where I actually got mine. I'm actually going to jump back to my history class and show you what I was able to import. He stored all of his buttons on a page. Pages, view all pages. And then classroom resource buttons. So he put all these images on a page that when you import this page into your Commons or your Canvas account, you get all of these. He's created those and they're out there. He's got headers. He's got grade levels. So these are some ways that you can actually search the Commons to find buttons while you're learning how to use Canvas. Because certainly going out and creating your own, that makes it personal to you. But if there's things that other people have done out there, it certainly can help save a little bit of time. So that's the overview for this month. It's helping you start tying together assignments and calendar events and announcements and putting them all in one place. It's essentially your online classroom. The best way to do that is by creating a course homepage. So if you would like any help doing that, please reach out to your e-learning specialists. So for elementary grades K through 4, reach out to Joni Sullivan. Intermediate and secondary, you can reach out to Tim Arnold. Or in all grade levels, you can also reach out to me, and we'd be happy to work with you as you start creating custom and appealing, engaging home pages.